Hi everyone, this is a quick unboxing and review of the new NuWave Oven Elite, model number 20541. I bought this because the dome on my previous NuWave oven now has a big crack in it, and previously NuWave allowed us to buy new domes for $25 plus shipping. However, they've changed their domes now and they now cost $50 plus shipping, and this new model of a NuWave was $160. So as this NuWave oven is now over 2 years old and gets used numerous times a day, I thought it'd be a good time to upgrade. So on the box we have a new diagram of a new oven, obviously the title, the EN number or barcode. On this side we have shipping weight and gross weight of 14.75 pounds, dimensions, and the carton contains 1 unit of NuWave oven. It's also meant to come with the pizza tray, etc. This side is the same as the first side. Now, as you can see, there's a big crumple on my box. I do not know if this was done at the NuWave distribution warehouse or whether it was done by FedEx, but another good reason to record this in case it's damaged on the other side. And then once again on the other end, just basic information and for household use only. So I'm going to put this down for a second now, and I'm going to open the box so we can see what's inside. Okay, before I take everything out, there's a quick look from the top, and you can see some polystyrene filler, the NuWave, and a few other parts. Okay, inside the box we have the NuWave oven, the new base design, which I'll show in a minute when it's assembled, with a caution hot surface, the new dome now, which is meant to not crack like the old ones and now has a tinted colour, the side for holding the NuWave when it's been taken out, the silicone pizza tray, and at the bottom is a NuWave. I'll assemble that in a minute so you can see what it looks like assembled. You also receive a quick and easy cooking guide, and there's also one in Spanish, instruction manual, and the back side there's a registration card, a DVD with information on a NuWave oven, a baking book with recipes, etc. And to my surprise, because this wasn't listed, there is silicone cupcake holders, a silicone flange of some kind, and what looks like a silicone baking tray. And then finally there is this, which is using for flip the pizzas, which I have never used, and like my other ones will get stuck in a drawer and will never be used ever again. So just give me a moment and I will put this together so you can see what it is like. So before we go any further, you can see now the cooking top is on the dome, and I read somewhere in the past that mentioned that the domes and the cooking tops were different on the original NuWave and the NuWave Pro. However, I just tried this head on the old dome and it just fit perfectly fine, so I'm not 100% sure why that would be listed. One thing I am concerned about is this base is huge in comparison to the old one. Now, you'll want to clean this. I had another one before this one, and you put it in the dishwasher, all the writing comes off and it looks like crap. It still works, it just looks awful. However, this one will barely fit in my sink, and it's a pretty big sink. So this one will not fit in the sink in a million years. It does have, however, a much bigger, what looks like stainless steel tray here, and the plug on this one now is now a 1 3 instead of the old one, which was a 1 4 inch plug. And as you can see below that, this is what I do with my silicone pizza tray. I do exactly the same on this one, and it sucks when making a pizza in these, and as I said, I would never cook a pizza in them. It's just a waste of time, and they turn out awful and very fiddly to do. But the silicone liner, whatever they want to call it, works perfectly in the bottom and makes cleanup really easy, and you can just rinse it off or stick it in the dishwasher, and like I said, it works really well. So if you get one of these and you don't normally do anything with a silicone pizza liner, whatever they call it, use it in the bottom like this, you'll be really happy you did it. Okay, I'm going to put the top on now and I'm going to test the wattage. So here you go. This is the NuWave Oven Elite, now fully assembled. It's not been used yet. The keypad on this one is totally different than the original. I did originally want to get this in black, but they wanted so much money extra for the black version. I was like, I don't think so. So now in this one, now we have a numerical keypad with the start button, cooking temperature. This new one now will cook to 410 degrees, I believe, whereas the old one would only cook to 375 degrees. Cooking time, program memory, recall, delay, warm, reheat, sear, dehydrate, stage, and pause. So there's a lot more options on this one, which is another reason why I bought it. So now, as you can see, I have this plugged into a kilowatt tester, so we can see how much power it draws. So this hasn't been used yet, so I'm going to, without reading the instructions, hopefully get it to work and see minutes, say 2 minutes, and then I know it's just turned on. The fan sounds a little bit rattly, very similar noise to the old one, and as you can see it's drawing 1490, 1480, 79, 75, 23. So it's going down a little bit as it warms up. So I'm guessing about 1400 watts while it is turned on. Now, like the old NuWave oven, they claim they work on infrared. I still believe this is BS, because all they have inside is just a heating element, and these simple camera phones, which I'm recording this on, will pick up infrared. If you have a remote control and ever point it and press a button, one of these, it will stand out and blind the camera. However, as you can see inside, absolutely nothing. So there's no infrared coming from that at all. So how the NuWave company get away with calling it an infrared oven when technically it's just a conventional heating element with a fan or convection oven, I don't know. And now it's been on for a minute, and there you go, settle down. So it's pulling about 1400 plus watts. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this off now. I could work out where the start button is. Pause, clear. So I'll clear that one. So I'm going to unplug this now and move that to the side, and I'll plug in the old one, which, like I said, I've used this for years, for a long time. It still works. The dome is crappy on it, and NuWave should be sued in my opinion over that dome design. But okay, clear, cook time to start. So as you can hear, even though this is 2 years old, the fan sounds smoother on the old one than it does on the new one. And this one is also pulling 1500 watts, 1496. So those wattage wise, they're both very similar. What I'm going to do now quickly before I end this video is I'm going to try swapping some of the things over and see if you can use the old ring on the new one and the new dome on the old one, etc. Just out of curiosity, I believe so. Before I turn this one off, that's down to 1463. So the wattage is very similar. Okay, so once again, I read somewhere that the parts are not interchangeable on the Elite and the old one. Well, here you can see the new NuWave Elite sitting on the old extender ring and base, and it is solid. It fits perfectly fine. So what they're going on about, I don't know. So what I'm going to try and do now is put the extender ring on the new base and the dome back on top of that to see how that works. I didn't buy the extender ring when I bought this because once again they wanted way too much money for it, including shipping, and I thought I would try these ones before I did anything. Okay, so I'm not going to put a dome on this one. I have the extender ring of the old one just placed on at the moment, and it is very close and you could probably use it, but it barely stays in position. You might be able to grind some of the plastic down or do something with it if you don't want to buy the extender ring, but as you can see it moves very easy, so that part doesn't work. However, like I said, from what I tried before, the dome, which obviously you can see is much smaller here than a new one, this dome will fit on there, vice versa, and I shall show that quickly. So finally, to wrap up this video, here we have it. We have a NuWave Elite with a new dome, with the original Pro head, and it was perfectly fine. So the new dome will work with the old head. It just will not work properly with the extender ring without some modification. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, then please leave a comment.